Good afternoon, Nation's Corner friends, family, and fans. John, South Jersey. Welcome to Nation's Corner on Location. That's right, folks. We're bringing it back. The interviews are going to be coming fast and furious, and we're starting off today with a very, very good one. She is a friend of mine, a friend of the show, and always has several projects going on, but one in particular that has to do with wrestling and music. What are we talking about? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest this time, the amazing Vita VonStarr.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be back on the show.
Glad to have you back. Yeah, you're the first one in a while. So, and we've done this before, and we always have such a good time doing it. But you have something kind of special and different, wrestling related, but not really wrestling going on, that when you told me about it in the last time we saw each other in person, absolutely hooked me. And I'm like, I have to have you on the show. I have to have you on Nation's Corner on Location to tell not only me, but everybody else about it. You're a musician and now fronting a band. So please expand on this from there, please.
Yeah, I would love to. A lot of people don't know that I am actually a musician. It's been a minute since I've had a musical project, actually, but I grew up playing music. I learned how to play piano and guitar at a young age. I learned how to read music and was always singing. And I've actually had a few bands in the past, but it's been a minute. And now I have this project. It's called Gutwrench Torture. We're a wrestling
That name absolutely grabbed me. It absolutely grabbed me right away. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be cool.
Because I wanted it to be wrestling, but also extreme. And we're a very heavy grindcore, death metal type, crust punk kind of band. And the way that it came about actually was I had a hardcore match coming up with Becca. This is back in the fall, back in October, November now. And, she does all her pop music videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be cool to do a death metal diss track. So I had the idea. I put out a call for see what kind of other bands and musicians would be interested in collaborating on a project like this. I got a lot of responses, and then I ended up collaborating with an old friend of mine, actually, someone that I've known for many years, someone we've always been on the same page as far as like musical styles are concerned. And he wrote this track for me. I laid the vocals over it, recorded the promo. So this is for BST Wrestling. And who I love. Shout out to those guys because I did lose the championship at this match, but prior to that, I had been their longest reigning champion of all time, male or female. So I'm very proud to have that title. And so we wrote the track, recorded the video, and it was such a hit. Everybody loved it. And the person I collaborated with was like, I'm down to keep going. And I was like, sure, yeah, let's write a whole ass record.
Cool. That sounds fantastic. So this all came together rather quickly. Like, we're going from an idea to we're doing it.
Yes, it was very quick, which is the nature of this style of music, which I love and I appreciate it. It works really well for my ADHD because all of the songs are very short, very fast. So our first EP, intense, yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm starting to expand my repertoire of it since we talked about it, and very not it's not a double album by any means, but it'll definitely get your blood pumping for about 2.5 minutes. And,
exactly.
I'm digging it, so I'm a new fan.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's almost a joke how short the songs are in this particular genre of music, but I like that because it's just in and out. We're not fucking around. Yeah, quick and intense. And yeah, the EP, it's called Blood in the Ring. It's 6 songs, 8 minutes. So we don't waste any time.
God damn, it's a promo.
It is a promo.
That's fair. And I'm gathering by the name, by the album title, wrestling centric, wrestling related.
Yes,
How does that tie in?
Yeah, I thought it would be cool to do a wrestling themed band. So all of the songs are wrestling related, and based on the extremity of the genre as well. So the lyrical content is very heavily influenced by bands like Cannibal Corpse. If you are a fan of the genre, they've been around for probably 40 years at this point. They're very hard based, just very extreme, and I really got to give credit to these guys because it's really amazing to think of how many records they've released and how many creative ways they still can come up with on how to murder people. I really appreciate that. So I kind of wanted to combine that sort of horror and violence with wrestling. So some of the concepts are just like, what if no Q, no DQ matches, murder is the only victory,
Right.
What if you could disembowel people and dismember them in the ring and it's totally legal,
That sounds perfect for you because, having been a fan for you and a friend of yours for so long and watching you work, especially in the ring, it's not that far of an extension of what you want to do to people anyway. So
exactly. I know. I when I'm in the ring, I do like to bend the rules, but I don't want to go to jail. But yeah, I wish we could go a little more extreme sometimes. So I still have to like semi follow the rules of society. But with this record, I don't have to.
So there you go. Now you finally got your outlet.
Exactly.
But that sounds fantastic. So, all right. So a 6 record. Are we calling it an EP, LP?
EP. Yep. Little quick one to just get something out there, and then we're already starting to write other music too. So
okay, that was my next question. Is there a follow up or plans to do more, or maybe a more
there will be a follow up. Yep,
album.
This is
nice,
just the beginning.
Great. Well, now that you have mine and everybody else's interest in it, where can we hear this? When can we hear this?
Yes, this is coming out this Friday, July 24th on bandcamp.com. And if any listeners right now are not familiar with Bandcamp, it's an awesome website. It's very heavily like independent artist support. You can get any genre of music on there actually, but I've always obviously used it for more of the extreme type genres. But it's completely ad free, which we love. So you can just go on there and listen to whatever bands you're interested in, and you can pay to download the tracks and support the bands. And there is some major label stuff on there, but I've always used it for independent releases, and a lot of bands that I've like worked with and associated with have as well. So it's really awesome if you're an independent artist or if you're into independent music. There's so many good bands on there. Just if you haven't been on Bandcamp yet, I highly recommend going and exploring. I think you'll really like it. And and just go follow the band Gutwrench Torture, and it's coming out Friday, and you'll be the first ones to hear it.
Well, how fortuitous, because that's when this interview is coming out. Amazing how that works.
But just perfect.
So just go to Bandcamp and type in Gutwrench Torture
You
and
got it.
it'll come.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And
Sounds easy
you'll
enough.
know immediately when you see the graphics. You'll
Mm.
know.
All right. Um, wow, this is a lot just because you always have 10,000 things going on. And when you first told me, I'm like, how the hell does she find time to do this? And then I'm like, well, no, it makes perfect sense because she's doing 10,000 things at once. Of course, you can be a musician and do that. Why? And I don't want to make this sound the wrong way, but you said that you did it when you were younger and earlier in life, and you're coming back to it now. Why? Or what made now as opposed to other times?
Well, yeah, that promo that I did for the BST match with Becca was that was just kind of the catalyst. I had actually, to be honest, I was feeling the call because I haven't had a musical project for a while. It's been a few years. I did have the bug inside me, and then I was like, oh, let's see. It's a good excuse. Let's see where it goes. And it just all coalesced perfectly, and it was just flowing with the other guys that I was working with. But yeah, I've always been involved with music. It's always been a huge part of my life. um it was never the thing that I wanted or that I tried to do professionally, which was great because it was never the thing that I like put a ton of pressure on myself to do. So for me, it was always a way to kind of clear my head and relax into something that didn't have a lot of pressure on it. It was also the safest thing that I did, because most of my other activities that I do in life involve bodily harm. So yeah, so that was always nice too. I always liked playing gigs. It's a really awesome kind of energy, like any kind of live experience, like live
Right.
wrestling, live circus performances, live music. Like I love all of that, the energy exchange, just being on stage and giving a good time, giving a good time to the people that are there to support. So yeah, music was always a big part of my life. As far as like my performances, most people know that I am also a current circus performer as well. I've done many performances to music, both live and recorded. So musicality was always very important to me in my performances. I was always very specific about when I had a choice. I don't always get to choose the music that I perform to, but when I have a choice, I'm very deliberate about what I choose to perform to, and very deliberate about all the little moments and the little nuances of the performance. So I've always felt very connected to music.
Well, I've known, like I said, we've known each other for quite a long time. You're an incredible entertainer in whatever
Thank you.
form or genre you choose. Wrestling, ring, your aerial work as a acrobatic performer and stuff. It's all amazing, and I'm always blown away every time I see you perform practically anything. That's why I'm really excited to hear about this music. But you're here on the East Coast, not that far from me. But your band is on the West Coast.
Yes.
Okay. How did that work? Or
yeah, well, to be honest, I've actually never met the drummer. He knows the guitarist, my friend Alejandro. He plays guitar and bass on the record. He also mixed and mastered the record, so he does a lot of the studio stuff. He is very well versed in all that and has worked with tons of big bands that you would know the names of. So we go back years. We just met from various tours, various mutual friends, and just always kind of kept in touch here and there. And like I said, we were always on the same page musically. We were always into the same weird subgenres of extreme metal and stuff like that. So yeah, so when I put out the call for this this original promo, this first song, which you can go to my Instagram and see the music video for there. It's pinned right now too, so you can find that easily. I just knew that we would like gel, and so we just Yeah, metal's a weird world, you know. It's I have many friends in the metal world that I see like once or twice a year in like random places, you know, random places.
Sure.
And so yeah, so he's in LA right now. So we are, and the drummer was somebody that he knew that he brought in, very talented drummer named Brett Ryan, and we just put it together. So it's a studio project right now, but we do want to play gigs eventually. So it's obviously a little bit trickier being bi-coastal, but I do have faith that the right time and the right opportunity will present itself, because I love that part of it. I love the studio stuff too. I love the whole process, you know, from the beginning of the writing phase up to recording. I love getting ready. It's because it's a different process, you know, like
Sure.
the studio stuff is very a very different process than the live stuff, but I love all of it. So I love going into the studio. I love recording the parts. It's really exciting to hear the mix coming together, you know, just that first rough mix when you start to hear all the parts is so cool to me. I love that. And I also love live performances. And especially with this type of music too, because it is so intense and so extreme and very cathartic, you know. And anyone who has ever been involved in this type of music as a performer or as a fan, just know, you know, how like how good it feels to just like let it all out like that, you know. So hopefully we will have some live performances at some point in time. It's a little bit down the road, but we are definitely open to booking gigs for sure.
Yeah, now I was going to ask that, and thank you for coming forth and answering that, because I'm like, you know, is that kind of one of the goals or whatever, or is it just to make and put out music, or do you want to perform live and everything? But obviously, yeah. And it sounds like you're all on the same page and committed to making this work. So
absolutely.
I think now you record the vocals here in this area and then send it out to them. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I have a guy here. His name's Steve Roach, permanent hearing damage. He is based out of Philly, and I've worked with him for years. He's recorded many of my bands in the past, and he knows these types of genres very well. He knows exactly what this kind of music is supposed to sound like. So I fully trust him when I go in and, you know, we get mic'd up and everything. He knows what it's supposed to sound like. So I've recorded all my stuff on my own in Philly, and then all my guys on the West Coast recorded their stuff, and then we mixed and mastered it.
Perfect. So when do we hear the new entrance music? When does when does Gutwrench Torture sing in Vita VonStarr to the ring?
I know. I was thinking about making it my entrance music. I've always, actually, to be honest, shied away a little bit from using very extreme forms of music for my entrance, because sometimes the sound's not always great, and with extreme genres, I think, you know, it can, if the sound's not good, I feel like it can get lost a little bit. And
no, not indie shows. Come on, it's always fantastic sound. Yeah, always.
Yeah, it's always perfect. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But exactly. I get it. But would that be something you would entertain at some point, even just doing that as a one-off?
I would. I don't know if I'm not sure if any of the songs on this record would be right for it, but I feel like some of the riffs do have a groove to them. And I think even if you're not a fan of really extreme heavy music, I think there are riffs in there that you could get into and, you know, headbang to. So I think it could be a possibility for me to come out to my own entrance music.
Cool. All right, let's switch gears for a second. Of course, we all know you, and I know you mainly for wrestling. Something I wanted to ask you about in the last time we saw each other, but you're having a lot of fun with two other ladies up in Connecticut for,
Yes,
I think it's what organization is that?
that is BST also.
Yes,
Yep, let's switch.
yes. And for those not familiar, Vita has her faction, her stable with her up at BST in Connecticut. They run mainly out of, and it is two women I absolutely love watching just because they're so different when they perform. And one is Amity LeVay, and the other is Sammy Chaos. How did you get hooked up with those two? Because the three of you are going to wreck shop on BST, title, no title. You know, you did the spot with Sammy that it was you and Amity. You're holding Amity, and Sammy's holding all three, and you just like squashed some poor girl. And I was like, that is fantastic.
Yep, Tower of Terror. We call
Yeah,
that finish.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what we just go for it. You know, we figure we just go for it. It'll be fine. You know, who cares if they die? It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this faction. We got together actually because it was the promoter's idea to put us together. I've actually wrestled both of them in the past, and we're kind of just like, why are we fighting? Because we like the same things. We're kind of, you know, we fit together. I feel like it
Yeah.
just fits really well. So we
It
decided not to fight anymore and to join forces instead. And yeah, we're a trios now. The Awakening, you know.
yes.
We're always looking for followers too. You know, we're always
Mm-hmm.
recruiting disciples too as well. So yeah, we've been together for a little bit now. I think probably about a year,
Yeah.
and I love working with them. I just it again, it's just another one of those creative situations that just like flows together really well, and size wise, like it. I think it works really well too, because Sammy is such a powerhouse. She's so
Oh
strong, and
God,
you
is
know,
she?
to be able to lift both of us at the same time is so badass.
Yeah.
And you know, Amity is obviously a very good flyer. I love to fly as well, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm kind of in the middle, I can also pick her up and throw her if need be. You know, so I like to be in the middle and be able to do both of those roles, which is cool. So we all have like our own thing that like works within the group, and yeah, it's going great so far.
Great. No, that's great. Just because it caught my eye, you know, being in touch with the indie wrestling as I am, especially here in the Northeast. When I first saw it, I'm like, huh, that didn't make. And I'm like, no, it makes perfect sense.
Hmm.
Absolutely, these three would be together, and
Yeah.
you know, and how you guys make it work and everything was like, I'm like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. This is awesome.
We're basically a real live horror movie.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, just because you are the three of you are so different, but they're very much the same. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's super fun to watch you guys work and just
Thank
you know
you.
basically impose your will and do whatever you want to your opponents or opponents,
Exactly.
and it is so cool to watch. But the other thing I wanted to touch on, um, and I just because I'm a fan and I keep track of what you do on social media, you're um I don't want to say switching into, but making more um known that you're into nutrition and personal training and fitness, or starting
That's
to
right.
put more into it. And
Yeah.
and you've always been in absolutely phenomenal shape because you never slow down. You never, you know, I don't know when you sleep or how you sleep, but
Same.
um, but you know, you're always in just absolutely immaculate physical condition, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure it's a lot of hard work. But um, it's one thing when you're doing it for yourself, but when you decide to say, hey, I can help people with this, or maybe this might be a better way for somebody else, that's quite a different step. So what brought that on?
Yeah, first of all, I've been coaching for many years. I was a skate and snowboard coach my career prior to pro wrestling. I always competed and coached. Coaching was always just a way to be doing the thing that I love all the time, and coaching is a different mindset. So you got to really think differently when you're teaching somebody to do these things, these very, very dangerous things. And it was a way for me to get reps, and I really do take great joy in seeing people like push past their limits and do things that they never thought that they would be able to do. And then I became a circus coach. I'm a wrestling coach now. And I got a bunch of certifications from the National Association of Sports Medicine, NASM. It's pretty well known. And I am certified in personal training, nutritional coaching, and wellness coaching, actually. So I actually do all kinds of like breath work and meditation with some of my clients. So I have a lot to offer people that I work with, and some of my clients I've had for years, actually. I've one of my circus students actually just placed second in an aerial competition. So that was really awesome, and I'm super proud of her. And doing the personal training and the nutritional stuff is just kind of like an extra thing that I can offer to everyone that I work with, even my students at Catch Point. I tell them all the time, you guys can ask me any questions about like nutritional stuff, meal prep, like, any questions, just like, please take that. And people can come to me and I can help with that. So it's just an extension of my coaching practice. I'm a lifelong learner. Obviously, nutritional science is changing all the time. New studies are always coming out, and I'm a big nerd with stuff like that. So I do keep up on a lot of the research, and I'm always learning myself. I watch tons of podcasts about like nutritional topics. I'm always learning myself. It was also out of a desire to heal myself as well, too, because, obviously I've done many, a lot of the stuff that I do is extremely hard on your body. I've had many serious injuries, and I've been failed by the medical system many times. And, learning this stuff was my way of taking it into my own hands as much as I was able to, so I use my own research to, get my own self through some like bad injuries and bad periods of things too. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that I actually have many, many years of coaching experience. I take a lot of pride in that because I really do care about my students and my clients a lot. And I really do want to see everybody succeed as much as possible. So I'm most of the time, I am open right now. I do have some time in my schedule. If there's anybody out there who knows they want to make some changes in their lives and you're willing to put in the work, that's really all I ask for, is that like you're willing to try and do the work, and it's hard work too. But that's why you have a coach too, because if you really truly desire transformation in your body or your energy levels, body composition, whatever your fitness goals are, it really does help to have a coach to support you. Not only, it's not even just information, it's just some accountability, track, and just being able to ask questions. It's just so invaluable to have somebody in your corner like that when you're really trying to make real changes.
Well, it's very true. Knowledge is power. And if you're able to gain that knowledge from someone or somewhere, then yes, you're already going to be that far ahead of the game.
Exactly.
I told you, folks, she has a lot going on, like a lot, like all the time.
I don't sleep that much. I have terrible insomnia.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. I get tired just talking to you sometimes because I'm doing this and then
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. but that's why I had to do the wellness coaching too, because I'm like, how do I turn off my mind? Like, I gotta like figure this out here.
it all makes sense, and absolutely, you just hit that point where you got to hit the brakes on everything, and take that one deep breath and get your thoughts and get your bearings and everything else. Mm-hmm. But all right, we're gonna start to wind this down, but let's get back to the music. So Gutwrench Torture this Friday, bandcamp.com. Search out Gutwrench Torture, and it's a 6-song EP that you can buy. You heard me, buy. Don't just freeload it. This ain't Napster and LimeWire old days, folks. Yes, I'm dating myself, but I don't care. Buy it. Support. You know me. Support indie wrestling. Well, I mean support indie artists. Period. Buy it. Share it with your friends and family. If they're anything like my family, they'll just look at you crazy, like, what are you listening to? Which is fine, because it's not for me. It's not for them. It's for me. Exactly. So we had that. Absolutely. How can the folks listening and watching get in touch with you and follow you on social media and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I'm on mostly Instagram right now. You can follow my wrestling page is Vita VonStarr, VitaVonStarr, and I did start a little page for the band too, and it's just Gutwrench Torture. And if you go to my page, there's tons of stuff linking to it as well. So Instagram is the best place to find me right now, and then go to Bandcamp and download the new EP, Blood in the Ring.
Do we have new merch yet?
Soon. Yes, I have new gear. That's already been sent out for alterations. It's on its way to me. So I'm going to have brand new 8x10s really soon. And I have a new t-shirt design coming out real soon as well. Yay! So yeah, we're going to have a lot of merch, and I'm going to get stickers too. So there's going to be a whole line coming out.
AK9K will be more than glad to put one of your stickers on.
Hell yeah.
So, but either that or you got to get me of your old t-shirts 2 new ones, because they're really starting to get faded.
What are you? You're large, right?
I'm
size large.
Extra large.
I got you. I got you.
I know. All right, Vita, this has been absolutely fantastic. I wish you nothing but the greatest success and luck to all of you in this. I hope it is absolutely a wonderful experience and you get everything out of it that you want. And I hope to be saying, when I turn on the radio or turn on the streaming service and see, Gutwrench Torture just sold out Wembley Stadium.
Exactly.
I can be like, hey, I know the band. They'll be like, yeah, all right, old man, just shut up and sit in the corner over there. No, I know her. No, yeah, right. I want to be able to do that. Because I know that you absolutely have the ability to do that. You just need a little bit of luck, which
thank you so much.
Pretty much for everything else.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but you got to do what you believe in. So
I could not agree more. This has been a wonderful way to catch up. We will do this again soon. And as always, you are part of the crew. You are a dear friend, and you are always welcome here to talk about anything. If you have anything with Gutwrench that you want to talk about in the future, any gigs or anything coming up, by all means, please let me know, and we will sit down again and get your message out. In the meantime, do you have any wrestling shows coming up?
Yes, I do. I will be at BST soon. It isn't August. It's coming up, and I think not this coming week, but next week. And I will be appearing with The Awakening. So it will be me, Sammy Chaos, and Amity LeVay. And we're gonna kick some ass.
Nice.
Definitely check those guys out.
Yeah, if you're up in the Connecticut area, up in that part of the Northeast, absolutely get tickets for BST and see them just make a bunch of people miserable. That's the best way I can describe it. It's such a good time, though. All right, Vita, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you again for sitting down with me. I look forward to Friday and getting my intensity and my heart rate up and 2.5 and 3 minutes at a time. This has been so much fun.
Exactly.
We gotta do this again.
My pleasure, always.
All right. Take care, dear. Be safe, and I will see you soon. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Vita VonStarr here on Nation's Corner on Location. Great to catch up with her. Please go out and support her in this new music venture, Gutwrench Torture. We will have links in the description. Don't forget, Friday, Bandcamp. Search Gutwrench Torture and download the tracks. Pay the money. Listen to the music. Support indie performers. Support indie wrestling. So that is Nation's Corner on Location for right now. I am John in South Jersey, and we will see you all next time.